Tom, you were hit! You're hit, you're hit. Wait, Ian, look at your mag. You're hit. You're hit with the shield, you're hit. I hit you. Oh. I think I got you. Yeah, I did. Ready!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Blaster Battles Explained. Today we got some footage from a couple of months ago, showcasing the blaster cam yet again. Hopefully you guys are liking the new view. It seems to add a lot to it, makes it a lot easier to see what I'm actually looking at, especially when there's a scope in the camera, or in the other camera. Here you can see me trying to take over the left side of the field here. Sadly, the darts were a bit worn out, so I had a bit of trouble doing that. Now, at this point, I'm trying to check the left outer edge of the field a lot, because I know that there's a player on the gray piece of cover in front of me. Also, checking over the top gives me a different angle from checking around the side, making it easier to get people on pieces of cover that are pretty close, or almost directly in front of the one that I'm at. And there you can see why we were checking the outside.
I think so.
Probably should have checked that a bit sooner. And there, going over the top, gave me the drop a little bit on that player who's going around the outside. I might not have been able to see him. Now that we've respawned, I'm taking shots at players that I can see across the map, as my teammates might not be able to see them from where they're standing. Whereas this piece of cover gives me a pretty good angle across the field. That duo there was going for the main point a lot. In this case, we're playing King of the Hill. We need to go over and tag the player in the middle. And then we want the highest score for our team. It's counted up as the round goes on. And the two of them were using the shield to try and sneak up and to try and push for the middle in hopes that one of them would be able to take it. Generally, this worked pretty well, although because of how much space they took up, I could relatively easily tag the one behind the shield, or the one holding it, in some cases. had seen the player head to the outer edge of the field a little bit before I spawned back in. So it appeared to be worth taking him, as if this piece of cover gives me good angles, I can imagine that the piece of cover on the opposite side of the map would as well. One thing about this field is a lot of the cover was sort of in line with each other, whether that's straight on or diagonal, which made it a lot easier to get shots like this, going straight across from where I am, behind a piece of cover on the other side. Making pieces of cover do great for blocking from players in front of them, but not so much for blocking players to the side. This made the shields very useful in terms of covering gaps between them, allowing you to get from one piece of cover to another, keeping players on the other team directly in front of you, as opposed to at an angle where they could try and tag you.
You're hit, you're hit. Shoot him.
That was a pretty good use of a distraction there. Definitely would have helped if one or the other of them had a shield, or something like it. Just be a little bit hard to
Ian, you were hit!
Speaking of the shield, here they come again. In this case, I didn't know that I got his shoe early, as that would have completely changed how this run-up and subsequent almost team wipe went. As you can see, that the shield user there is still around. Now, it's more or less a waiting game to see what players pop their heads up and I might be able to tag. I'm also keeping track of where players are so that when they move, I might be able to get them. You can see after I've been at this piece of cover for a little while and my team has kind of taken over this left corner of the field, the other team is starting to push more into the right back corner and pieces of cover and the sides of the cover that are more opposite where my team is. This allows them to stay on the field longer, but also makes it a bit harder to take the objective, as it's directly in between the two pieces, or two sets of pieces. One thing about shields is very important to keep all of you behind the shield. Maybe easier to walk one way or another, but in that case, more of a fencing stance, and advances like that would have made it a lot harder to tag him. But because arm was out to the side, I was able to hit that. And there I spotted two of them going for the middle again. In our games, throwables count as shield breakers, hence why my teammate there was throwing things at the shield. Sadly, wasn't able to get it, but it was a good effort nonetheless. That last tag.
Hey Ian, look at your mag. Look on the other side. No, look at the other side of your blaster.
That last tag there got the dart in between the mag and the foregrip. So, pretty good shot. Sorry I didn't get a better photo of that for you guys, but nobody's Nerf it. Now, here we are, kind of on the mirrored piece of cover from what I had last round. It's a little bit harder to use this side because it requires me to use my offhand, in this case my left. I need to get more practice in so that's less of an issue, but it still wasn't too bad.
I think I hit you, dude.
Feet are another thing to go for with shield users.
You're hit! With the shield, you're hit!
Because it's very hard to keep a shield dragging on the ground and move quickly, if at all. You've already seen me do it twice in this video, and in videos in the past I've taken out, I think, up to 3 shields almost at once, because I could see all their feet. Now, from this piece of cover, I'm trying to tag the players I can, so that my team has more of an opening to take the medal if we need to.
I hit you.
Hit again.
Yeah.
Feet make a very good opening. Admittedly, it's a lot easier to get them if you can send a burst of darts, or if you have something with a bit higher rate of fire, the flywheeler that I usually use, Raptor, is a great option for that. It's very responsive, but even just something with a small burst would do a lot better. In that case, the shield was able to make it over to me because my teammates couldn't do anything about it, and because I didn't have the ability to line up the shot on the feet, I wasn't able to take him out. Here we have an odd instance where I couldn't see very many players. We have these two doing the run-up, which was partially successful, but because most of the team was focused in a different direction, I couldn't see them. Not sure what happened there. Yes, I hadn't quite reprimed it yet. Also, the darts are starting to get issues as they've been used for a while. And darts used in flywheelers don't perform as well on springers.
I think I got you. Yeah, I did.
And the feet strike again. Trying to get the one player on the far back cover in hopes that one of my teammates could rush for the middle. Admittedly, it may have been better to rush for the middle myself, given relative speed, but it's still worth trying to get an opening, whether that's for me or for one of my teammates. And that's game. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to stick around for the next one, hopefully coming around the same time next week.